It's Batman time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman from Arkham Asylum, one of my favorite games of all time. And as a Batman fan, it has been a red dream of a game. And it has a pretty cool design, with McFarlane Toys being, I want to say, hit or miss. I've seen a lot of figures from them that don't look that great, but the stuff I have picked up was pretty outstanding. So, let's have a look at this one. This one is kind of weird, to be honest, but let's get into the nitty-gritty. He stands at about 19 centimeters to the top of his bat ears, which means we're going up to 7.8 inches tall, around that size. He's a big guy. He's really got some good size to him. And usually I start off with the face, but actually I want to have a look at the aesthetics real quick. Because he seems kind of off to me in regards to either his chest is a little bit too big, or his legs and most of his hips are a little bit too small. Just off by a little bit, but just, it's, you guys tell me, the upper body on itself looks good and the lower body on itself looks good, but if I combine the two, I feel like it's not so great. Also, the legs are not straight, goes out at an angle. I guess that's because of the leg joint not being straight, or I don't know what they screwed up there, but they did. So unfortunately, proportional, he has a little bit of issues. But face sculpt, it is super detailed for like a $25 figure. You got the eyes in there, and I've seen some of them where he's super cross-eyed, so I'm actually lucky for once to get a good one. Also, they painted the lips, has a ton of detail in the face, almost like maybe even a little bit too many wrinkles. It looks kind of old Batman. But other than that, I can't really complain. The bat ears, they are soft plastic. And he does have the long head, but that is accurate to the game model. Just looking at the card over here, he does have a little bit of a cone head. So I'm not hating on it, that's just a thing. And then you got the bat symbol, which is a single piece, which they put on there. So it makes it stand out even more. I like that. As for the rest of it, you have all the detail in the armor. You got the texture stuff over here, kind of like the Kevlar stuff or whatever. Nice muscle work overall, looks good. And then for the gauntlets, this one is, holy crap, completely bent. It's just, you know, how his blade's a little bit long, but you have a very nice black wash on it, which is a theme for the figure. You have that on the gauntlets, you have that on a lot of the accessories. There's like belt buckles or whatever on there. And overall, you have the ball hinge standing out a little bit. And that's kind of like a little bit of an issue, which I already mentioned with the Batman Who Laughs. The ball joints are not really hidden. I mean, it's better for this one than like the Batman Who Laughs, that were just really sticking out a lot. But here, you can still see it. It's unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing in the world. The cape is very nicely molded. Look at all the detail coming together here. They also did some texturing on it to make it look even more like leathery or whatever it's supposed to be. It's a little bit shiny and completely rubbery, so it does not get into the way at all, but you can't pose it. There's no wire in it or whatnot, so that's not really a complaint. But I'm moving down to the belt. You got a nice gold belt with some, again, some black wash on it, I think, just a tiny bit. And you have the nice gray line that goes over it all throughout, and it just looks pretty good down on the crotch. And the leg pieces, you got the lines over there going down. And same thing for your boots. There is some more black wash on there, and the belt that goes around. It just looks really good, nice and detailed for a relatively small priced figure. Now having a look at the articulation, the head moves up, head moves down, not really that much, side to side, and all the way around. Then for your shoulder articulation, it is connected to the chest area, so you can rotate this back and forth. I guess it's just on a long pack. Then you have a hinge in the shoulder itself, bicep swivel, simple hinge in the elbow, which is ratcheted. Everything is nice and tight, by the way, but not the necker way, where I'm fearing that it's breaking off. Yeah, I'm gonna roast a little bit for that, because this one is nice and tight, it is ratcheted, and it keeps in place, and I don't feel, I'm not afraid it will break off. Chest articulation is not so great. It goes all the way around, goes back and forth just a little bit, and it does tilt side to side. Doesn't really leave any gaps. I guess we got that. There's nothing really you can pull over here, just trying for that. Then the legs move to the back, Move forward, the crotch piece is soft plastic, move out to the side. The thing with the legs is though, it's quite gappy. Also, you cannot really rotate it that much over here, because they have like this weird kind of joint. As you can tell, scratched it again. But yeah, looking at it like that, it really could use something to cover it up a little bit. It's functional, I don't hate it, but yeah, not the greatest joint I've seen. Then you got the knee joint, double hinged, good stuff. And the foot is on a ball joint. Again, gets some very good range of motion and actually is ratcheted, so does stay in the post, also goes all the way around. And you have a very, very weird toe hinge because of like the way it's molded. Like, it's breaking up the foot and it's just, it's not supposed to bend out like that. Wow, okay. Now for the accessories, we got more black wash and it looks freaking fantastic. The mold of it is awesome. You have like I think this is the grappling gun, like the big grappling gun. Has a lot of stuff on there, and due to the black wash, looks fantastic. Then you got the batarangs, one that's folded up and one that's folded out. Same thing, they just put the black wash on it. It looks cool. Could have used a little bit of gray on the sides to make it look even better, but I'm going back to the fact that this is $25 figure. As such, the mold is very nice, and they actually painted this, I think it's like a bat bomb or whatever. Look at the small detail on there, the small golden pins or whatever it is. It looks awesome. Now, other than that, you have in the box, you have a base, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it out, and a card. So if you're a fan of that, there you go, but the problem is you have to rip off your box. So for some people that's an issue. For me, I don't really care that much. And it's gonna do it. It's gonna bring me to the final thoughts of this figure. Now, overall, I don't really know. This one is the middle of the pack for me. Now, overall, I think it looks good. Proportional problems aside, I mean, I mentioned that it's a little bit wonky, but not the worst thing in the world. I love the dry brushing, while the black wash on the entire figure. Paint job is good. There's not really any shading on the figure itself, so as such, that kind of looks a little bit bland in comparison. But still, the overall package is looking good. Articulated as well, don't really have a problem there either. But then we go to the accessories. They look great, but I just realized he doesn't have any hands. Why doesn't he have any hands? It's just kind of weird. So at the end of the day, again, at the price point of like 20, 25 bucks, depending on where you get them, I think this is still a good package, but it could be a little bit better. Overall, still a solid Batman Arkham figure, so I do recommend it for fans and overall Batman fans, Batman Arkham fans, and fans of good video games and decent figures. That's what I'm gonna say about this one. Decent. Anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Batman wants. Like, what about them legs? Straighten out them legs and proportions. A little bit wonky.